In the heart of Southern Africa, a remarkable multinational humanitarian and disaster response exercise aimed at enhancing interoperability among SADC air forces took place in Zambia from the 8th to the 26th of September 2025. Showcasing the unity and cooperation of the Southern African Development Community's air forces.
The Southern African Development Committee Standing Aviation Committee Exercise Blue Lugasho 2025 has been officially opened in Lusaka, Zambia, at Zambia Air Force Headquarters. The exercise is a humanitarian initiative aimed at alleviating the drought-stricken southern and western parts provinces in Zambia. Amongst the member states participating, 9 contributed air assets and human resources to ensure that food aid is given out to those people in those parts. We are told also that there will be some initiatives where doctors and medical personnel will also be treating and providing medical supplies in that particular area.
Running under the theme, Enhancing Regional Stability through Air Power, SADC Exercise Blue Lugasho 2025 was all about promoting regional integration through humanitarian aid, medical outreach, and cultural exchange. In this week's special edition of Line of Duty, we take you through Exercise Blue Lugasho 2025.
The guest of honor at the flag-off ceremony, Madame Brenda Tamba, commended participating states for having contributed both human resources and air assets for the exercise.
While we may be demarcated by borders, our humanity knows no borders. That when one nation suffers, we all stand ready to help. This collective resolve is our region's greatest defense. To member states not participating in this SADC Blue exercise, the threat environment does not distinguish between active members and observers. I strongly encourage your integration into future exercises. Our collective security is only as strong as our weakest link. Full participation is not optional. It is an imperative strategy for the SADC region.
Exercise Blue Lugasho was conducted under the theme Enhancing Regional Stability through Air Power. Demonstrates that air capabilities are fundamental to regional security. This exercise was not merely a training activity. It was a strategic signal of the commitment of SADC to collective defense, interoperability, and self-reliance while respecting the sovereignty of each member state. Through this exercise, our air forces have strengthened joint planning, airspace coordination, and operational readiness in response to humanitarian emergencies and any other form of disaster under security challenging environment. These engagements has enhanced professional networks, increased mutual trust, and build the capacity to respond collectively to peace support operations, humanitarian missions, and emerging security challenges. Such achievements directly support the SADC Standby Force and the Mutual Defense Pact, reinforcing our shared responsibility for regional stability.
States falling in include Angola, Botswana, Lesotho, Malawi, Namibia, South Africa, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, and the host country, Zambia.
I wish to thank my fellow SADC Air Chiefs for your leadership and steadfast commitment to regional cooperation under the SSC Committee. Indeed, your vision for regional air power has been the driving force behind our success. By honoring your pledges on personnel, air assets, and equipment deployed here in Zambia, you have reaffirmed your dedication to enhancing regional peace and security through air power. While regional cooperation has been at the core of this exercise, its success also depended greatly on the dedication of our sister services here home. Furthermore, my appreciation also is extended to the exercise stakeholders, the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, the Flying Doctor Service, World Vision, the Civil Aviation Authority, the Zambia Revenue Authority, and many more numerous to individualize. It is worth noting that Exercise Blue Lugasho 2025 was the product of several months of meticulous planning. A number of SADC member states participated actively in this planning process. We convey our sincere gratitude for their invaluable input during the preparatory stages, and we look forward with great anticipation to their participation in future exercises.
We spoke to the Zimbabwe contingent head of delegation, Air Commodore Maxwell Sakupwanya, who is the Director General of Operations in the Air Force of Zimbabwe. Say your participation in Zimbabwe must mean a lot considering that you are the incoming host. Can you just tell us how significant it is?
Exercise Blue Lugasho is a very significant exercise for Zimbabwe in general and for the Air Force in particular, in that we are proud to be part of a regional grouping of air forces that is converged to undertake this noble cause. The threat to human security these days is no longer that armed military guy, but we now have 9 traditional threats that have ravaged the region. You recall in the past, we have now witnessed a series of cyclones that have caused flooding and also successive droughts. So as regional air forces, we converge so that we pool resources together, harmonize our SOPs in planning, predicting, preventing and mitigating those vagaries of climate change. So as the next was in 2 years' time, as Zimbabwean Air Force, we have brought various commanders and staff officers whom we are going to practice in various cells in planning together so that they know joint planning in combating this climate change as and when they affect the region.
On that note, we take a breather. Please join us for the next segment of Line of Duty as we retrace Exercise Blue Lugasho 2025. The Southern African Development Committee Standing Aviation Committee Exercise Blue Lugasho 2025 media team took to the streets to hear the sentiments from the people in Livingstone, Zambia.
About us being here. What I know about SADC, I know it's a group of Southern African countries that are working together. That's what I know. I know that two people come together for a good cause to help each other. So we only knew about you people like 2 days ago, because that's when we heard. We really didn't know why you were here, but after doing a few researches, we hear you're giving out food to the less privileged. I think that's all.
The broader purpose of the crowd engagement by the SADC exercise media team was so that they would inform the public about the purpose of SADC exercise Blue Lugasho 2025. Indeed, they got different sentiments from the crowd about their understanding of how SADC operates.
Yes, Mama. Yes. Oh, so you are aware about this exercise, about soldiers being in your place?
Yes, we are aware.
Okay.
We are aware.
Okay.
So, Mama, how do you support it? How do you support it? That's a plan. That is a plan, right? A nice one. And we are very, very much happy. Yes.
How has this people being here benefited you as the community? Maybe translate. So we've got different countries that have come to Livingstone, right?
Yes.
How is so we are a lot of us.
Yeah.
How is it helping you? How is it helping you?
Some blankets, so
The purpose of engaging the communities was to ensure that they would understand the purpose of the exercise and also get ideas from them how they believe that SADC operates.
When you look at us, what do you think? What do you see? Tell us what you see.
Basically, I'm seeing people who are protecting our country.
Okay.
Yes. I'm seeing people who are, I can put it to say, people who want to show that they are people who can protect us, protect their own country, can sacrifice a lot to help us build our nation.
Today we had a media tour walking around the streets of Livingstone, and interesting enough, there is a big market that is known as City Market, but it's also called Zimbabwe Market. I'm joined by a colleague I've seen here who's got some ways that he trades. So say, what's your name?
Charles.
Charles Ward.
Yes.
Why is it called Zimbabwe Market? Some people are telling us you call this Zimbabwe Market. I'm also from Zimbabwe.
They call the Zimbabwe Market, that's the past name. When they're building this building, they change name City Market.
Okay. So for how long have you've been plying your trade here?
Yeah. Yes.
You, yes.
A lot of years, yes. Almost 15 years.
15 years?
Yes, business.
And how old are you?
6-7 years.
Are you making enough to augment your family? Making enough so that you can
Exactly, yes, yeah.
So on average, how much do you make per month?
I average to make even 5,000.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Charles.
Yeah.
We take you through the community engagement by SADC Air Forces in the southern and western parts of Zambia, building bridges and promoting goodwill.
Media is a very important part of SADC exercise because we raise awareness to the community, and we sensitize the communities as to what is going to happen in the exercise Blue Lugasho, and we are to cover all the events that are happening, so we show it to the world that exercise Lugasho in SADC is a country that is countries that come together to unite and help each other in terms of drought or any other disastrous event.
Media play a critical role in any organization, in any country. Media has a role to play. One of the roles for media to play is to educate the people, to warn the people, to make an awareness. Media has a big role to play within the society. One thing I've learned during the exercise Blue Lugasho for the media people here within different media member states is that we have learned about cooperation. There is a lot of cooperation that I've learned. I've learned a lot of teamwork, team spirit that prevail among the media people.
My role is to disseminate information in its truest form, because you can imagine if we're not here, the amount of rumor mongering that would have been out there, you know, people just speculating and everything. But we are here to clear the air, to give information in its truest form. That's my role here, and that's exactly what we are doing, giving back information exactly the way it's supposed to be. So yeah.
It was quite a far-reaching experience in that we had to interact with a lot of journalists and media practitioners from the SADC region. The first and foremost lesson that I learned was operating in a multinational environment can come with its challenges. But I want to give kudos to the host nation for having been very helpful in assisting us with all the resources that we needed, particularly the editing facilities during the course of the day. Going forward, I'm sure, as we are the next hosts come 2 years from now, we will be able to take home with us a number of lessons and maybe improve in 1 or 2 areas.
The importance of the media in the military is to tell our story. For example, the exercise that we're doing, the public is not aware of what we're doing. So it's only through the media that we are the interface between the military and the public. Through our department, we're able to inform the public what's going on in the military, what activities we're doing, and how we're better serving them.
The importance of the media is to disseminate information not only to the people within the military, but also to the general public on operations other than war, which involve, for example, in our exercise, the relief food that was being delivered and the medical outreach that was being given to the communities in the surrounding areas of Western Province and Southern Province.
We are here as the media to inform the public what is currently happening in Zambia. We also have pilots for CASA, pilots for AB412. We have different personnel that are also taking part from each and every directorate.
I'm a photographer as well as an editor. Our role here as media personnel is to communicate to the community on what is going on concerning the exercise Blue Lugasho.
I was part of the media team that was deployed from Air Force of Zimbabwe. I was working together with other military journalists who were deployed from SADC member states that were participating in this exercise. My main role was to work together with others in manning the Public Information Center, which here, for the purposes of this exercise, was being referred to as a media cell. The purpose of our media cell was to promote the image of the SADC member states, that is the SADC Standing Aviation Committee members that were participating in this program, to do media liaison with the local media, to create content, that is to provide public relations and media coverage by producing stories and provide information dissemination, doing awareness campaigns to the locals. This was basically my role with others.
Fostering regional peace and stability is one of the mandates of SADC. Now, we are privileged today to be speaking to the heads of delegations of various SADC air forces. And we will start with Group Captain Kanalelo from the Namibia Air Force to hear from them how important it is for them to come together as one force in terms of dealing with humanitarian issues here in Zambia. Sir, you are together with your sister air forces participating in exercise Blue Lugasho. How important is it that you come together with your different air assets and human personnel to participate in activities of this nature?
It's very important. We have been gathering here for now for almost 1 week. We have been starting with the planning of the exercise before the execution would be commenced today.
Okay.
It was an experience. The object is to learn with other SADC forces, air forces, training together, planning together, and join together, so that we can be able to execute humanitarian assistance in this type of exercises or operations.
Thank you, sir. We know also that you are the predecessor of the Blue exercise. You had Blue Kunene. It was conducted in your country 2 years back.
Yes.
And in comparative terms, what can you say is improving in terms of how these exercises are being conducted?
There are a lot of experiences which we have been experiencing since we arrived here. We hold the Blue exercise in Namibia in 2007, some years ago back. But the observation I have made so far is good. Training has taken place during the last 7 days. Planning will be executed as we are going to commence with the exercise today.
Fostering regional peace, security, and indeed stability is one of the mandates of SADC. And it is because of this reason that we see a number of SADC allied air forces converging in Zambia for Exercise Blue Lugasho. Exercise Blue Lugasho comes shortly on the back of Exercise Blue Kunene, which was conducted in Namibia. We are privileged to be speaking to the head of delegation for the Tanzania Air Force, Colonel Raikiza. Sir,
yes, sir.
How has been your experience so far here in Livingstone, Zambia, as your team is also participating in Exercise Blue Lugasho?
I'm participating in this exercise as exercise planner in the cell of Air Staff 5.
Okay.
After I left here in Zambia to participate in Exercise Blue Lugasho, I experienced a number of things.
Okay.
One of them is sharing of knowledge, skills, experiences, and the model of operants.
Okay, okay.
In this exercise, when we are working together, we are building our capacity in performing humanitarian aid assistance to our personnel as a member of SADC. And also, when we are participating in this exercise, we come with a common understandings in interoperabilities of our forces. The aim, is to improve how we can assist our peoples during disasters which required humanitarian assistance. As this exercise where we are participating in the distribution of foods to those affected in humanitarian disasters.
Botswana Defense Forces AM is also a part of the participants at Exercise Blue Lugasho, and I am joined by the national coordinator for the team that's here, Lieutenant Colonel Tatau. Sir, how has been your experience as Botswana Defense Forces being a part of those who are participating in Exercise Blue Lugasho 2025 here in Zambia?
It has been a very wonderful experience. We've learned a lot from our counterparts from other countries. It has enhanced the knowledge sharing in the region. It has enhanced regional integration, which is very important for any eventuality that might come and face our region. And remember, this is about humanitarian aid.
True,
and
true.
we need to be prepared for such. And we take it that exercise like this would really, really help in the future if anything of this sort happens to bedevil our region.
The SADC group of nations converges on many issues, amongst them humanitarian, peace, fostering regional stability, and it is under this banner that we have the regional SADC Air Forces converged in Livingstone, Zambia for Exercise Blue Lugasho. I am privileged to be joined by the exercise director, Brigadier General Nelson Mwamba, who will share with us how Exercise Blue Lugasho has unfolded and its importance in fostering regional peace and security. General, sir, we have been here in Lusaka for almost a week, seeing you, SADC Allied Forces, Air Forces, coming together and planning for a humanitarian exercise, Blue Lugasho. How has the experience been and why is it important?
Indeed, we've been here for about a week plus planning. We started with a command post exercise, and now we are going into the field training exercise. The whole idea is to exercise SADC Air Forces in trying to bring them together and see how best they can be able to react to situations of, for example, drought, in providing humanitarian aid assistance to places that may need that help. So our experiences through these exercises that we are able to bring the air forces, the regional air forces together for the purpose of addressing certain challenges within the region that may affect one or several member states within the region. So with such kind of exercises, it gives us hope, it gives us the confidence that indeed when we are called upon as the air forces of the region, we'll be able to respond to such needs and be able to render the humanitarian aid.
This is the second time after 2017 that the regional air forces have managed to converge for a humanitarian exercise, considering that prior to that there was a COVID-induced break. The South African Air Force also came in with its contingent, that is air assets and human personnel, to participate in exercise Blue Lugasho 2025, which is being conducted in Zambia. We are joined by Colonel Mabidikana, who is head of delegation for the South African Air Force. Sir, how has your experience been so far in terms of participating in this all-important exercise?
I can say so far I'm impressed. I can see there's interoperability, joint planning amongst our forces and the other SADC member state forces. We understand that your usual role is defending the airspace of your various countries and SADC as a whole. But here it is a humanitarian initiative, meaning you are cooperating with the civilians. How also is that important for the military men to co-join in activities such as humanitarian aid and relief? As you correctly said, as a defense force, or rather the Air Force, you are not only entrusted to safeguard your skies or the borders of your country, also humanitarian aid is required. As you have noticed, the change of weather pattern, we are currently experiencing natural disasters that will be your floods, your drought. That's whereby it's required as a military to join forces with the civilian counterparts to come about finding a solution to the challenges that we are facing.